had less fun coaching. I enjoyed every minute of Celtics basketball. I haven't enjoyed a single minute of this. Man, sign me up for this. Sign me up for the truth serum. Sign me up for the old school guys. Refreshing to hear, wasn't it? Hey, Adam Silver, on behalf of all of us, flush the All-Star game for good. These guys don't deserve it. The Jim Rome Show is coming your way next, right here on CBS Sports Radio.
After 52 years of patiently waiting, it finally happened. Last week, Popeyes fans everywhere finally experienced the perfect pairing. A Popeyes commercial during the big game about their new lineup of wings. They're available in 5 delicious, crispy, juicy flavors: sweet and spicy, ghost pepper, signature hot, honey barbecue, roasted garlic parmesan. Wings and football go hand in hand. But let's be honest with ourselves, anytime is a good time for wings. So order your Popeyes wings today, online, in-app, or in-store.
For more than half a century, contractors and trade professionals have relied on WeatherGuard for heavy-duty truck and van storage equipment, not just to protect their valuable tools, but to protect their professional reputations. For pros, the WeatherGuard badge makes a statement about what drives them. It says, "Bring it on. Been there. Done that. We've got your back," without saying a word. And the folks at WeatherGuard, they're just as driven as the hardworking pros they serve. See what it means to be driven at WeatherGuard.com.
It's back, the third annual St. Patrick's Day 5K and Pub Crawl, presented by the Rotary Club of Washington, North Carolina. It's coming up on Saturday, March 16th at 4 p.m. The pub crawl will feature beers and specials from local breweries and restaurants. Proceeds go to the Beaufort County Public Schools Literacy Fund and local charities. Come run and crawl in downtown Washington. Thank you, 1906 and Elite Trucking, and all the sponsors for this event. Sign up now at runtheast.com.
Hey Pirate Nation, Lindsay Gray here with Carolina Caliber. In 1960, my granddaddy started his firearm business right here in Eastern NC. Still family owned and operated, we have the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and are one of the nation's top firearm dealers. At Carolina Caliber, we have everything you need from hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. We buy, sell, and trade. It's a time-honored tradition. Visit us at Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville.
This is your What's New update brought to you by Greenville Auto World. What's new? Greenville Auto World has new owners and is part of the DriveHereNow.com team of dealerships. New owner Tommy Cook and his team have 4 dealerships with a fully stocked inventory, over 200 SUVs, trucks, cars, and over 50 lenders, and has financing for anybody. Get shopping today at DriveHereNow.com. Greenville Auto World, Highway 43 at Bells Fork across from Speedway. Pirates supporting pirates.
Hey Pirate Nation, be sure to have the best and comfortable shoes with a stop at Fleet Feet. This is ECU alum Chris Lunyon, owner of Fleet Feet of Greenville, and we provide solutions through one-on-one service to runners, walkers, and everyone in between. Fleet Feet has the tools and technology to get you in the right shoe, including a 3D foot scanner that measures arch height, width, and more. Come visit us at 207 East Arlington Boulevard in the old Gordon's Golf location. Fleet Feet, we run for you.
North Carolina State Parks invites you to enjoy camping your way. With the weather changing, booking your own cabin is the perfect solution for your camping getaway. Reserve campsites or cabins today at Jones Lake, Goose Creek, and Cliffs of the Neuse. Whether you enjoy traditional camping or air-conditioned cabins that can be rented with Wi-Fi, your next adventure can include hiking, beautiful scenery, and sunsets by the campfire. For information on booking a cabin, visit ncparks.gov.
You know, texting while driving is dangerous. That's not new information. Yet most people admit to doing it anyway. Drivers are 23 times more likely to be involved in a car accident while texting. Know the facts and wait to text. The danger is real and it applies to you. Auto Owners Insurance, the no problem people. Information provided by Virginia Tech Transportation Institute.
This is Jeff Gibson with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates!
Hi, I'm Walker Allen Volova, and I'm with CopyPro. CopyPro has been locally owned and operated here in Eastern North Carolina for over 50 years. CopyPro is the leader in office technology. Does your business struggle with keeping printing costs low or producing professional documents? Here at CopyPro, total satisfaction is our #1 priority. We have a variety of solutions to help reduce your printing expenses businesses and make your business more productive. Call us today at 1-800-682-6558 or online at copypro.net. CopyPro, we are the professional office systems people.
The icy treat that can't be beat is Sparky Snowballs. From big kids to little kids, Sparky Snowballs has been making smiles happen for over 20 years. If you're not in the mood to chill out with a snowball, Sparky's funnel cakes and fried Oreos are a perfect Sparky-licious treat every time. Are you having an event, party, or fundraiser? Call Sparky's to come on site. Remember to follow Sparky's on Facebook or visit SparkySnowballs.com to see where they'll be next.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. The following is an exclusive presentation of Pirate Radio, the voice of the pirate nation. This is Eastern North Carolina's longest-running sports radio call-in show. The Brian Bailey Show is on the air. The Brian Bailey Show on Pirate Radio is brought to you by
The Angus Grill, Bostic Sugg Furniture, Bojangles, East Coast Grading, Greenville Auto World, Papa John's, Greenville Utility Company, Michelob Ultra, The Rick House, Taft Hagler, and Tiebreakers.
And now, here's Brian Bailey.
Happy Monday, everybody, and welcome into our show. A big baseball weekend is behind us as East Carolina sweeps the Bronx of Ryder, outscoring Ryder 30-2 in the 3 games. Head coach Cliff Godwin joins us live in the studio. And, Coach, first of all, congratulations on a great start to the season.
Thanks, Bailey. Thanks for having me.
I tell you what, when you look at everything that transpired, and we're going to unwrap everything, but, you know, opening weekends are always special, but this one was even more special, wasn't it?
It was way more special. It'll be the most special opening day of my coaching career for sure.
Cliff Godwin live in the studio with us. We'll take your questions and comments on our Facebook Live page. Back with Coach G coming up for you right after this.
Turkey, ham, bacon, these and other meats are great around the holidays and every other day, but they all leave behind grease when you cook them, and grease is a real pain in the drain. When you pour grease down a drain, it cools and can clog sewer lines. That can lead to sewer spills, which are messy, bad for the environment, and can also be expensive. Never pour grease down the drain. Instead, collect it in a container like a used soup can or jar. Let it cool and throw it away in the trash. Together, we can protect our sewer system and the environment. For more information, go to guc.com.
The time to save is now during Bostic Sugg Furniture's President's Day sale. Update your home with fresh looks and new styles. Take advantage of monumental savings on beautiful furniture for every room from America's #1 brand, Lazy Boy. The Market Showroom is coming to Greenville with savings up to 70% off or more. Make bedtime the best time with big savings on a comfortable new mattress from Serta and award-winning Helix during the President's Day sale going on now at Bostic Sugg Furniture.
And we interrupt you with breaking news live from the Pepsi Wild Cherry aisle. Carol, can you hear us?
Steve, I've never seen anything like this. The bold, refreshing, and bursting with cherry deliciousness of Pepsi Wild Cherry is, well, let's just say everyone is getting wild.
Getting wild?
That's right, Steve. There's dancing, binge-watching, and is that a slip and slide? They're really putting the wild in Pepsi Wild Cherry, and this on-the-scene reporter can't wait to pop, lock, and drop it.
Pepsi Wild Cherry. Go ahead. Get wild.
There's a common misbelief today that to make it further, you need to push yourself, that you need to give up any joy to continue your rigid routine. Or you could try another way. Take some time to enjoy life, like having a Michelob Ultra with friends, because happiness is essential to living an exceptional life. Michelob Ultra, a refreshing and balanced flavor with only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Michelob Ultra, proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989.
Be sure to check out David Price Construction for all of your commercial or custom residential renovation and building needs. Run by ECU alumni, David Price Construction specializes in commercial projects, maintenance on facilities, and large-scale residential renovations and additions. Proud to be voted the Remodeler of the Year by the Home Builders Association of Raleigh-Wake County in 2018 and Best Business Commercial Remodel Project winner for 2020. David Price Price Construction, the proud ECU Home Services partner.
University PC Care in Greenville and New Bern has been serving the tech repair needs of Eastern North Carolina since 2006. And as one of the only Apple authorized service providers east of Raleigh, all our technicians are Apple certified, and we only use genuine Apple parts. Your iPhone and Mac warranties are safe with us. Have questions or need service? Call 252-558-1280 or visit us online at universitypccare.com. University PC Care, your one-stop shop for service on everything Apple.
Pirate Radio.
The
voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to The Brian Bailey Show, powered by Greenville Utilities, providing reliable utility solutions to the Greenville region since 1905. Now, back to the show.
All right, welcome back on this Victory Monday for East Carolina. Pirate Baseball Victory Monday ×3 with the 3-game sweep. Campbell's on the clock for East Carolina the next weekend. Of course, the matchup with the University of North Carolina. Let's talk about the Rider Series first, Coach. And I know opening days are so very different. You know, you've been practicing against one another. You know, you guys go through so much training in the fall and all the workouts, and you finally get a chance to play the game. And you really never know what you're going to get when you go out there, do you?
Opening days are tricky. I tell people all the time, and just go back and look over the past several years. I mean, you go to 2020, I think we went extra innings against Rhode Island. I think it was a Christian Smallwood walk-off chopper over the third baseman.
Remember that? Yep.
I can say this to Dr. Smallwood now. Hopefully he gets this, but had a check swing with 2 strikes that pretty sure he went around, but the umpire didn't say he swung, which I'm thankful for, because we walked it off the next pitch. And then in 2021 we went extra innings on opening day against William and Mary, and then 22, everybody remembers that, we got swept at home by Bryant. So last year we were down 4-0 in game 1 against George Washington, down 2-0 in game 2, and so you never know, and there's butterflies, there's jitters, and you really can't replicate that opening day feel that you have as a player or as a coach. And I thought our guys did a tremendous job on Friday night and played really good baseball in all 3 phases.
Did you get more butterflies as a player for opening day or as a coach for opening day?
As a player. As a coach, you're worried about other stuff, you know. So, I mean, I still get chill bumps and I still get, you know, the nervous butterflies. But as a player, man, there was a sense of excitement opening day, man. Like, hey, we're getting to play somebody different. It was really awesome.
Taking questions or comments for head coach Cliff Godwin on our Facebook Live feed. And Kenny writes in and says, I know you're a 1 game at a time, man. That's for sure. But how much does it mean to get off to this fast start?
It's great. I mean, look, you play the game to win, and you play the game for your guys to go out there and compete against somebody else. So I thought we played really good baseball in all 3 phases. I thought pitching was outstanding. I thought our defense was outstanding. We only made 1 error on the weekend, and I thought the offense was great. I thought we beat you in a lot of different ways. We stole bases. We hit home runs. We got guys in from third base with less than 2 outs. I thought we put a lot of pressure on Ryder. You know, they probably don't look like the best team on paper, but they're well coached. I mean, they didn't just give us the game.
That's what we kept saying last week. I mean, this is a team that went to Coastal Carolina in the regionals as a 4 seed and pulled off the upset in that first game, and then lost to Duke by a single run. And those are 2 quality programs, obviously, Coastal and the Duke Blue Devils. But they you know, when you play in an opening series, especially on the road, and I know it's tough for teams like that, especially when they come to an East Carolina, especially when they go up in front of 52-21, the largest opening day crowd in East Carolina Clark LeClaire Stadium history. That had to mean a lot to you.
Yeah, it meant a lot, and especially, I know you're going to get to this, but having that many fans there and Parker getting an at-bat, I mean, that was, as I've said 1,000 times, it's the coolest moment of my coaching career. And even when we go to Omaha and play in the College World Series, I'll still go back to that moment as being the #1 coolest moment of my coaching career.
You know, what's funny about that is that, you know, you went on the air and you said that most certainly he was going to get an at-bat sometime during the season. And, you know, I don't think any of us really were thinking about it being on opening day. And it got to the point where if you read social media, everybody's got a story what they were doing. Somebody I read said they were in a concession stand line and had to run back out and be a part of it. We were on the air live at the time. Jacob Jenkins Coward had just gotten hit. So he's getting ready to go to first, and I heard the crowd come up, and I thought maybe Jacob Jenkins Coward had pointed at the pitcher because he got hit by the pitch or something. So I'm in the jungle, and that's a long way from home plate. And then I saw on the scoreboard Parker Bird's picture come up. So I'm on the air live, got a producer yelling at me to rap, and I said, look, Parker Bird's getting ready to have his first Division I at bat. It's his history in the making. We're going to try to show it to you live. And then I remembered it's an ESPN Plus game. We're not allowed to show it live. So I had to backtrack and say, well, I'm sorry, we can't really show you that live, but we promise we'll have it for you later on tonight. And it was something I'll never forget because I was trying to do something on the fly like that. But so many stories like that with everybody, and just watching him go to the plate and just the maturity that he has with everything that he's gone through. It's an amazing story. And as I said that night, it's just another chapter in his remarkable story, and he's going to have many more chapters.
He's definitely going to have many more chapters. I just can't tell you, when you go back and look at some of those pictures when he first got out of the hospital and he's in the wheelchair and he's in the batting cages with Jeff and he's just tracking pitches, how skinny his face is and how he looks like a little kid.
Right.
Well, I mean, you can imagine what your body's been through with 22, 23 surgeries in 44 days, whatever it was, and to the point of, that Christmas, him getting the first prosthetic. And, of course, that wasn't like an athletic prosthetic.
Right.
To a few months later, the Challenge Athletes Foundation flies him up to Chicago, and he gets the prosthetic that he has now, which has had to be readjusted because he continues to get stronger and is able to do more things. But he's been such an inspiration to so many people. Yeah, because if you just watch, and I didn't realize he's taking infield with you guys and doing everything. And if you just watch and you don't know anything, it's a kid taking infield. He's one of your infielders, and ground ball, throw to first. But then you look closer and you see the prosthetic right there and the things he's able to do with it. And, he's only going to get better and better at it, probably. I mean, he's gotten so much better just in the last couple of months. But I was telling somebody this morning on an interview that really, obviously, his range isn't to where he wants it to be. His running isn't. But if he catches if he can reach the ball with his glove, he catches it, and then he throws a strike from third base to first base. I mean, he's as accurate with an arm that anybody on our team, and he's as sure-handed as any infielder if the ball is hit in his range, which is amazing. The coach for Ryder, Barry Davis, he grabbed me on Saturday, and he goes, I kind of had turned and looked down, and I just heard the crowd roar, and I'm like, what in the world is going on? Kind of similar thing that you were going through. And he was just talking about how cool of a moment it was. And Scott Forbes texted me, the head coach at North Carolina, Saturday morning. He goes, man, if people don't believe in God, if they see this story, how they not believe in God? And I thought that was one of the coolest text messages that I got.
And just the way he goes about his business, because I'd say 95% of us, if something like that happens to us, it's woe is me. Why did God do this to me? Why did this happen to me? But it seems like him and his family just kind of embrace it. Okay, this is the hand we were dealt. We didn't get any good cards in this hand, but we got to bounce back. And man, and the way he carries himself around the team. Those guys all your Pirate players, none of them look at him as being different. They just look at him as one of the guys. I mean, if something comes up, they're going to razz him. It's like they'd razz anybody else. And as well as I do on a baseball team, you're going to get razzed no matter who you are. But he's just one of the guys.
He's just one of the guys, and I treat him like one of the guys to the point that sometimes I feel bad. I've told Jeff Bird that, man, I feel bad sometimes. I just treat him like one of the players. He goes, that's how Parker wants to be treated.
Yeah.
And it is. And no, he's one of the guys, and he gives it right back to him.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. He's tough as nails as far as that goes, and he does give it right back to him. Let's talk about the first game, and you get Trey Savage out there, and I thought he was in command pretty much the whole way. Didn't have his best stuff though, did he?
Well, it's like I was saying earlier, I thought he had really good stuff. His command wasn't to the level that he would have liked it to have been with his fastball especially. But, he threw a few too many pitches that we would have liked.
Right.
Was in a lot of 3-ball counts at times. And it's funny, Carter Spivey was back on Saturday, and I walked up behind Spivey to say what's up, and he was in the midst of giving Trey a hard time about how many pitches he threw. So
again, somebody getting razzed.
Yeah.
That's good stuff. But and then the bullpen comes in, and all weekend long I thought the bullpen was lights out. But on opening day, those guys did their job.
They did. I thought I keep always wanting to say Connor Norby. Ethan Norby came in and did a really good job. Chris Kaler, I guess, was before him, did a good job. And then D'Lo came in and, closed out the ninth. So I thought our pitching was outstanding all weekend.
Jacob Jenkins-Cowart off to a great start at the plate, and he got a good pitch to hit, and then he put it out on opening day.
He did. So, he cost me another $100 with Carter's, help.
That's right. You had game one, didn't you?
I had game one, but I made it out pretty easy. You think about scoring 16 runs, we only hit one home run.
That's true,
so, but Friday night when I got home, Carter Cunningham and I were going back and forth, and I was like, hey, send me the link where I need to pay this. I owe some money here, and Carter sent it to me, and I wrote my $400 check. But just a side note, what Carter has done to raise at minimum, well, it'll be more than $10,000 now because we hit some home runs this weekend, but he's going to have raised probably close to $20,000 at minimum for the Children's Hospital here in Greenville. Man, it's just an amazing thing he's done for the hospital.
It's amazing what he's done, and it's amazing, the people that just signed right up. He told me it was like
15 hours.
You can have an idea. And a lot of times, is it a good idea? Is it a bad idea? But he put it out there, and it's a risk when you put it out there, and it was sold out quick.
Yeah, you even got JJ rolling his eyes, at the banquet, like he didn't know about it, and then I go up there and like, hey, JJ, if you want to be mad at somebody, be mad at me because I told Carter he could do it, and I'm the first sponsor. But I think it sold out in 15 hours. The community support and just getting behind something to help children that are suffering and their families, and man, it's just amazing. So I'm so thankful for Carter.
And part of that too, you guys are going over there every other week or something like that?
But look, I can take zero credit for it. Carter came to me with this idea probably right before Christmas, and he goes, I don't want to add any more things to your plate. Like, I got this. I said, man, this is awesome. I appreciate it, and he's running with it, but it's every other week he gets a handful of guys to go over there and spend time with them.
And that's a great cause, and great job by Carter Cunningham with that. Before we go to break, I want to mention the death of Marvin Jarman. What a great ambassador. He loved East Carolina baseball. He loved everything East Carolina. He loved everything J.H. Rose. I think he taught us, kind of like Parker Bird in a way, he taught us a lot about life and the way he handled himself. And I tell this story to folks that the first time I met him through Britt Laughinghouse, one of our sponsors from Bostic Sugg, and when he told me, he introduced me, and that was 1985, 86, something like that. And he told me, he hangs out at J.H. Rose, and he's over at the high school, does a lot of stuff with the sports. And I said, kids can be cruel. I said, how does he react to that? He's, they're not cruel to him. He's Marvin Jarman. He's Mr. Rose High. And everybody treats him. Everybody loves him. And then I saw the love for myself through the last 35 years or so. But we hate that it happened. Our thoughts and prayers with the Jarman family. But Marvin was truly a legend in this area.
Oh, man. There's so many stories, and I just had a brief snapshot of it. But as you're saying all that, I think God said it was time for him to go hang out with him for a little bit.
Yeah.
Because he had done so much for people here on this planet. And I told this story earlier, but every time I saw Marvin, he always asked about my mom and dad. Yeah. I don't know how many times he met my mom and dad, probably once, but he would always, that would be the first question out of his mouth was, how's your mom doing? How's your dad doing? And I'm sitting there thinking, like, that guy doesn't even know me that well, and he has obviously just been a staple at Rose High School, even before I was born, probably.
Right. Oh yeah. I mean, he was there for a long time, and we're all going to miss him for sure. But we just want to let everybody know through the Jarman family how much we thought of Marvin and RV. And I talked to RV yesterday, and I said, RV, you lost your best friend and a legend, and RV had some great things to say about him. So we go to break with that. Back with more on the Brian Bailey Show here with Cliff Godwin live in the studio after this.
Save a load on a new John Deere compact utility tractor and loader from Quality Equipment. It's never been easier to get the best brand on the market at an unbeatable cash price or with great financing at our lowest ever monthly payment. Now is the time to get that tractor package you've been dreaming of to get your next job done right. Stop by one of our 36 locations in North Carolina, South Carolina, and Virginia, or visit us online at qualityequip.com.
Swinging a ball hit hard into right field. This one's deep. It is a home run.
Hey, Pirate Nation. This is Jacob Jenkins Cowart. And on your way to see the Pirates play this year, be sure to stop by Shimmer Boutique on Greenville Boulevard to pick up one of my brand new custom t-shirts. My t-shirts are available now in both youth and adult sizes and only at Shimmer Boutique. Live out of town? No problem. Just message Shimmer on Facebook or Instagram or call the store. Get your new shirt today at Shimmer, and I'll see you in the jungle. Go Pirates.
You know what we get to do today? We get to play baseball.
Here with Christy Conway today from ENC Pirate Realty, and you guys are more than real estate agents.
That's right. We also provide property management services for rental properties. We have found that rental property owners have difficulty managing their rental properties effectively. We can provide full-service property management to those owners to include advertising their homes for rent, tenant screening, rent collections, and maintenance coordination. If you have real estate or property management questions, contact us at encpiraterealty.com. Go Pirates!
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Good news, business travelers. PGV and American Airlines has added a new early morning flight available now. Book today at aa.com and be on time for that connection in Charlotte. Fast, convenient, and close to home, PGV has American flights perfect for your next trip. PGV, where the Pirates fly.
The Holton Ayler Show.
Justin Hardy, Zay Jones. Justin, you got any Donnie K stories?
Man, like Zay just said, he's a funny guy. He always used to push me to be better than what I was. Just having good games, that wasn't good enough in his eyes. So that really kept me going, pushing forward, really to be honest. So I tip my hat out to Coach K. He was the reason why I'm the way I am now.
The Holton Ayler Show, Thursdays and Fridays at 6, and available on the Pirate Radio TV YouTube channel.
The Angus Grill is your premier spot for the best burgers, cheesesteaks, and brisket sandwiches around. Join us for our unmatched variety of burger combinations, from the mushroom bacon Swiss burger to the jalapeno popper burger to the original Angus Classic. Pair that burger with our amazing onion rings, tots, fries, or sweet potato fries. Angus Grill, with 4 amazing locations in eastern North Carolina, including Winterville near Pitt Community College, on Jarvis Street in uptown Greenville, and on Statensburg Road near the hospital. It's the best burger around, guaranteed.
Pirate Radio.
We're not afraid of nobody.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to The Brian Bailey Show, powered by Greenville Utilities. Community owned, community powered. Now, back to the show.
All right, welcome back to our show. Questions or comments on our Facebook Live page for East Carolina head coach Cliff Godwin. We got Mustache March coming up. I don't start growing mine until March the 1st. This Thursday at UBE, Pirate Radio selling these shirts. We got the Pirate Radio logo on the front, on the back. They've got the 23 and the Jungle Nation on the back. Great looking t-shirts, $20 a piece, and all the proceeds go to Mustache March. I know last year Pirate Radio presented you guys with a check for $2,000, and they hope to get that or more coming up this year. But $20, 11 a.m. at UBE coming up on Thursday this week. It's an in-store event for Mustache March, and they raise money and awareness for ALS.
I love how you have to tell everybody you don't start till March 1st. That's like you're leading all the time.
Some of you guys cheat. You guys are cheating going early. And it's Mustache March. It's not Mustache February.
No, you're trying to, have the clear mustache as long as possible because Melissa doesn't like. I get it. Like, you're married, and look, I'm just glad Melissa actually lets you do it.
That's true. Yeah, I stay in the doghouse enough without a mustache. I don't need to have one to do that. But I enjoy doing that each and every. It takes me back to when I was in college. I had a mustache for a long time, but it's a different color now. So it's.
Well, didn't you have one when you were first on air too?
Yes, I think so. When I first came to Greenville, I did in '84, and I actually had the mustache until '91 at the Peach Bowl, and the
guys, I told them that year if they went to a bowl game, they could shave the mustache. And they did it at a Hooters in Atlanta, Georgia.
I think I remember that.
Yeah.
I was in 8th grade. So I know I'm not trying to.
I always forget that I'm that much older than you. When I first started, all the coaches were older than me, and I had a lot of respect for him. He was like coach or mister, and now like I'm so much older, everybody's calling me mister.
Yeah.
I want to say this while we're talking about coaches. I had a great time the last 3 weeks having your guys on. Each assistant came on for an hour, and just to preview the season and talk about the players, and they do just such a great job. And you know yourself. I mean, you've got the best staff, and they're just quality guys, quality men, and they just did a great job coming on and enjoyed Henry getting a chance to meet. That's the first time I had a chance to meet him. And he came in like he knew everybody and everything, and he did a great job. And AK with what he does with the pitching staff, and Jeff Palumbo, man, I think you're lucky to still have him, because I think he'd be a great head coach somewhere.
Yeah,
wouldn't he?
Absolutely. I mean, Jeff's had opportunities, but he loves this place, and his family loves the community of Greenville. And of course, I've been blessed to have him right by my side for 10 years. And there'll come a day when he finds the right opportunity. But
I hope it's a long time from now.
Yeah, absolutely. I want what's best for Jeff, though. But he's been a tremendous asset, and to have your recruiting coordinator, associate head coach with you every step of the way, and then AK, just everything coming full circle for you, coaching him and, challenging him as a player and as an academic coach in every area of his life. And then, he's the pitching coach now, and then Henry the same thing, and then Blake, what he's meant to me, my right-hand man, and then Heath Blackman, and, having Packard on staff. He keeps everything light, I can tell you that. So you got to fact check him a lot with his stories. So, he's only I don't even know how old he is, like 26, 27. Yeah. But, the stories, the fish get bigger.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. That's most certainly the case. All right, Pirates take game 1 of the 3-game series with Riders 16-2, setting up game 2. Zach Root gets the start. Again, you get another quality start from your starting pitcher.
Yeah, Root was good. I think, it was the 3rd inning where he kind of lost it a little bit, but was able to navigate it. We ran a really good pickoff move, him and Starr, to get out of one of the innings, and I thought that his stuff was good. Could he have been a little bit sharper, of course, but he did what he needed to do to give us an opportunity to win, and then, we passed it to the bullpen.
Carter Cunningham gets a home run, so he's adding to his great cause with his own home run.
Yeah, I thought he would laugh at me, but when he gave me a high five, I was like, $25, and he was too emotional. He's too in the moment. He didn't even catch that part, because he's donating $25 to the Children's Hospital for every home run he hits personally. So that's why I said that to him.
Yeah. Hopefully he gets close to $300, $400. That'd be nice for everybody. Jacob Starling also with a homer in game 2.
Yeah, I thought Starr, I think he got hit 3 times in that first game, but he was just on base a whole lot. But he got 2 swings off, hit 2 home runs this weekend. And, man, he's just grown up so much in front of our eyes from the day-to-day. They're like showing up practice. He's a leader on our team, and I'm so proud of him.
And then you had the bullpen come in, and they get the job done again. They new guys. You had a chance to throw a lot of folks, and nobody got a repeat performance, did they?
No, they didn't, and that was a good thing. Jaden Winter, I didn't think it was as sharp as he's looked in the preseason, but it was good to get him out there. I mean, Jaden was one of our best performers in the preseason, so he got an opportunity to pitch, and Eric Ritchie got an opportunity to pitch. He did well, and then Drew Bryan closed it out.
Pirates win it by the final of 7-0. Zach Root gets the win. He goes 4 2/3, gave up 3 hits and struck out 7 in the victory. And then you guys have a tradition when you go for the sweep. You get the camo caps going and the gold jerseys, and that's another one of those neat traditions that just has kind of evolved, hasn't it?
It is. Carter Cunningham and I were talking back in, I guess around Christmas, and everybody loves the black jerseys, and Carter's like, I love the black jersey with the white, American flag pirate logo. That's my favorite. And I was like, I like the black jersey, but I don't really think the white American flag logo goes with that, but that's what they like. I go, I really like the gold with the camos, because that means we're going for a sweep, but I really like that look, and it's a great tradition, and we're obviously very excited when we get the opportunity to wear those.
Jake Hunter gets the start in game 3 for East Carolina. He goes 5 innings.
Yeah, Jake, I thought the first inning he was probably a little amped up, and I think he walked the leadoff guy, and then J-Dub threw the guy out on a hit and run, which I thought was a big momentum swing. We always talk about you got to make a play in the first, and J-Dub making that throw, making a play in the first, and I thought Jake settled down for the most part. But anytime one of our starters can go out there and throw 5 innings and not give up any runs, that's a very positive thing for our team.
And then you get off to a 1-0 lead. Dixon Williams had the base hit to score the run, and then 2 on for Cam Clonch. I was looking for Carter Cunningham. Cam Clonch gets the 3-run home run. And when you're a starting pitcher, obviously that makes your job a little easier, and then everybody kind of takes a deep breath and says, okay, we're on our way.
Right, yeah. Clonch got 3-2, and just if you go back and watch it on video, just a great swing. He wasn't really trying to do too much and just pulled his hands in, and he pulled his hands in so good. That's why the ball stayed fair, because if you get around that baseball a little bit, it's going to hook foul before the home run. But I couldn't be more proud of Cam Clonch and the teammate he's been and the selfless leader. Of course, he wants to play, but his focus is he wants the team to win.
Yeah.
And he came off the bench on Friday night and had 2 hits. And, Saturday night we didn't have any video on the starting pitcher for Sunday for Ryder. So I know it was a right-hander, but that's all we had because he was a freshman. And I just thought he earned the opportunity to start, and he went out there and had a good game for us yesterday.
Hunter goes 5 innings, gave up 1 hit, 6 strikeouts, 3 walks, and then the bullpen takes over from there.
The bullpen, once again, was good. You might have to jog my memory a little bit. I know
Lunsford Shankman went in. Costello.
Shankman went in, and I think he struck out 5. And then Costello, getting a freshman out there, lefty, who's got a huge upside for us. And then, Danny Bill, the old timer, came in to close it out.
Danny's going to get mad at me for telling you this, but when I was talking to him before the game, game 3, and I was riding him a little bit. I said, "Man, when are we going to see you?" And he goes, "Yeah, man." I asked Austin. I said, "AK, I didn't know I was redshirting this year." And we both laughed, and I said, I got news for you. You're going to see plenty of action down the road. And he said, "Yeah, I knew that. I was just messing around." And he's another one of those big positives on this this team and this staff.
He is. He's just grown up so much, and he's a great leader amongst the pitchers, but also in our entire team. I went to him Sunday to just touch base with him while he's on the field and ask him if he could help me out with an issue with the team. And hey, man, he was like, "Coach, I got it. Don't worry about it. Like, I'll make sure to handle that." And it's so awesome when I can trust those guys to be able to handle situations like that.
Yeah, because sometimes I don't know what the situation was, but sometimes you have a situation that comes up and it means more coming from a guy, because a coach saying something is one thing, but one of your colleagues comes up and says, "Hey, man, you shouldn't be doing that. Whether it's whatever it is, but you shouldn't be doing that." And they kind of realize, yeah, you're right. Shouldn't be doing that. I'm not going to do it anymore.
Yeah.
Didn't know it was a problem. Now I know it's a problem, and now it's not a problem.
Right, exactly. And I'm the old guy now with them. I know I'm not as old as you, but I'm the old guy. So
this getting old is tough, man. It's not for sissies, I can tell you that, and that's for sure. East Carolina beating Ryder in Game 3, 7-0. When you meet with the team after a 3-game sweep like that, what's kind of the concept of the meeting?
Well, I told them, great job. I mean, you can't do any better than winning 3 games when you play 3 games, and I thought we played well. And I said, I want you guys to enjoy it the rest of today, but when you wake up tomorrow morning, I want you to start getting your mind focused around. We've got a really tough opponent on Tuesday at their place, and they beat us 3 times last year, so we need to go there and play our best brand of baseball, and let's make sure we're ready for that.
Cliff Godwin live in the studio with us, taking your questions, comments on our Facebook Live page. We'll take a commercial break, and we'll continue on with Coach G coming up for you right after this.
East Coast Grading and Utilities is your source for clearing, hauling dirt, and concrete work. East Coast Grading and Utilities handles all sewer and water issues as well.
I'm David Vaughn. Whether putting in a new subdivision or helping you with any and all of your drainage problems, I can get the job done. Call me at 531-7494.
No job is too big or too small. East Coast Grading and Utilities. Friends helping friends. 531-7494 for East Coast Grading and Utilities.
It's bow time. chicken or biscuits? That's an impossible choice. How can you decide between Bojangles' perfectly crispy, boldly seasoned chicken or their fluffy, made-from-scratch buttermilk biscuits? Well, the good news is you don't have to. With a Cajun chicken filet biscuit, you get the best of both worlds. An all-white meat chicken breast marinated with a bold blend of seasonings and served up on a fluffy, golden buttermilk biscuit. When it comes to real-deal Southern flavor, there's no reason you can't have it all. Order a Cajun chicken filet biscuit today. It's bow time.
Love is in the air at your CBD store. Get a free 5-day starter pack with any purchase over $60. Just mention Love Month. Be sure to try their THCA flower, pre-rolls, and Delta 8 Mike Tyson ear-shaped gummies. Did you know their gummies are #1 in the world? If you are struggling with sleep, anxiety, or pain, the CBD specialist at your CBD store can help. Their unique boutique also carries pet products, gifts, jewelry, and more. Visit your CBD store for Love Month. Located at 420 East Arlington Boulevard, open Monday through Saturday from 11 to 7. Go Pirates!
This is Holt Nailers for my friends at Anson Belts, the belts that I wear. Go to ansonbelt.com to find micro-adjustable holeless belts with over 30-plus options of a 1/4 inch apart instead of your typical 5 holes 1 inch apart, always giving you the perfect fit every time. If your waist fluctuates, Anson Belt is great because you can always find the perfect fit any time of the year. ansonbelt.com. Over 10,000 combinations to choose from, a belt for every occasion, and the official belt of the Holt Nailers Show.
You've worked hard to make your business successful, and that's why it's really important to always have a bank that's in your corner when you need them. This is Chris Richards from First Bank, and our experienced team of local bankers includes Lee Watson, Ashley Capps, Josh Hooten, and Heath Nisbet. To get the business services that are right for your business, come and see one of our experienced team members at First Bank on Arlington Boulevard in Greenville. First Bank, together with our customers, we're creating a world where individuals and communities thrive. Member FDIC.
The best burgers around. Everyone loves a thick, juicy, and fresh burger. Tiebreakers in Greenville, plus the all-new Tiebreakers in Winterville, do real burgers better than anybody. So don't just go to any burger-themed restaurant chain. It's time to break the chain and eat local. Tiebreakers, real burgers at its best. Everybody loves burgers.
This is Dixon Williams from ECU Baseball, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to The Brian Bailey Show, powered by Greenville Utilities. Community-owned utilities mean local control, low rates, and high reliability. Now, back to the show.
All right, welcome back to our show. We've got Coach Godwin live in the studio for about 15 minutes or so more as we continue on this edition of The Brian Bailey Show. More questions and comments on our Facebook Live page. Patty says he loves seeing the kids play. Pitching, hitting, and defense. Guys had fun, and all the fans did too. She says stay healthy and go Pirates, and that's too good one. Stay healthy and go Pirates.
That's right.
And then David just said, Coach, just want to thank you for all of your positive Christian outlook and your posting each morning. He said, really appreciate that. So, you never know who you influence when you get out with social media and some of the stuff like that.
Well, I appreciate it, but I can't take any of that credit. It's a lot of people that have been in my life that have, like Mike A-Man, who's been just such an inspiration to me and such a friend and a brother in my life, but it's just God speaking through me and me trying to help people with their faith.
Yeah, I'll tell you, and you've gone through a lot as the head coach of the Pirates with some of the things that have happened. The Agnos family with what happened with them and with Parker Bird, and it's a real trial deal, isn't it?
Oh, man, there's no textbook for some of the things that we've been through, but I'm glad that I was here when some of these things have happened, because I wouldn't want to be anywhere else when Jake and Zach are going through what they had to go through in the Agnos family, and then obviously Parker being here and the Bird family my life has been blessed for those families being a part of my life.
Before we go any further, we want to thank the folks at Carolina Eagle Russ & Company for being a great sponsor with Michelob Ultra. Our third caller right now, 317-1250, our third caller will win a Michelob Ultra prize pack. So caller number 3, 317-1250. Clip will take the calls, and then we will get that winner for you. But a Michelob Ultra prize pack, the official beer of the Brian Bailey Show. You've made it when you have an official beer.
You have.
As the Brian Bailey Show. So we certainly appreciate Russ and everything that goes on with that. Again, 317-1250 for that prize pack from Michelob Ultra. East Carolina now set to play the Camels of Campbell, and this has always proven to be just a difficult trip when you guys finish a weekend series and then you go to Campbell.
Yeah, it's always the first midweek game of the year, which Justin Hare's done a tremendous job at Campbell. And, Campbell, they don't seat a lot, but it'll be packed tomorrow night. I can tell you that. It'll be slammed, and their guys really get up for this game, and, we'll need to be ready to go. I mean, they just took 2 or 3 from a team that was ranked in the top 25, and they got beat pretty good on Friday. And I talked with Justin this morning and said, hey man, your kids must be tough because they bounced back and won the next 2 games after not playing well on Friday night. And so we'll have our hands full tomorrow night in Bowie's Creek.
Yeah, when you look at a game like this, coming off the weekend series, the one thing I saw during the weekend is despite a 16-2 opening day win, the guys came out and just took care of business in Game 2. They took care of business in Game 3, and that's what you want to look. That's what you want to see in your ball club.
Well, in the preseason, and they've stacked days together, and they never got too complacent. I think we had one really bad practice day the entire preseason, when in other preseasons we've had a few, and we competed at a high level. Not that we were always perfect, but the guys just continue to show up every day. And if we do that, then we have a chance to be the best versions of ourselves.
Got plenty of arms available tonight, don't you?
Not tonight, but tomorrow.
Oh, that's right, tomorrow. Well, they're available tonight. You just won't use them tonight. For tomorrow.
Yep. So Chris Kaler will get the ball on Tuesday at Campbell, and he'll be on a pitch count, so it'll be a bullpen day. But our bullpen is pretty rested because we didn't have to throw multiple guys on multiple days, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at all the guys that did get a little bit of work, is that pretty much what you were hoping to accomplish with your staff on opening weekend?
Well, you're just hoping that you win the game. So,
right.
AK and I, of course, talk a lot about, which guys come in on clean innings, which guys should come in with runners on base, and we have a card that we both look at that has those things mapped out, but you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what the score of the game is going to be, so that always changes.
Okay. When you look at just what you have with the North Carolina series coming up, take us through the decisions to play it like you guys are playing at Chapel Hill Friday, Fayetteville Saturday, and then East Carolina and Greenville on Sunday.
Well, it just goes back to 2018. We scheduled a 3-game series. We had Friday night here at Clark LeClaire. We won 2-1, and then we went to Durham and played in the AAA park. Got beat 5-4, I think, and it was packed. It's like 7,000 people there, 6,000 East Carolina fans out of the 7. So that's always a good thing. And we lost a hard-fought game, and then I think we won 12-0 on Sunday at North Carolina. And then when Scott Forbes was named the head coach at the University of North Carolina, we just talked about it. He said, man, that was so cool. He goes, we should do this every year. I said, well, I'm all in, man.
Yeah.
So that's how it came about. And as long as Forbes is the head coach and I'm the head coach at East Carolina, we're going to continue to do it. Most likely it'll be at Durham next year in the AAA park, the professional park there in Durham that we did it in 18, just because it seats more people.
Right.
And this year we couldn't do it because they had a winter wonderland or something there, and they had to reside the field. But Fayetteville's a great venue as well, and so we'll play North Carolina and Fayetteville on Saturday.
Yeah, and that'll be, I think that's the only game, and unless they've changed it, that's the only game that's not televised, I think.
Well, it's probably because it's at the Pro Park, yeah. So we need somebody, pick it up. I mean, I guess we'll get Pac's dad to do the Facebook Live like he did at UCLA.
We were talking about that at breakfast this morning. That was one of the craziest things, and that was really well done, wasn't it?
Oh, I mean, I heard a lot about it. I was on the field, so I didn't get a chance to see it.
Right.
But,
hundreds of people. I mean, it was crazy the number of people that watched that and just had a chance to see that thing, and that was really well done.
You had the number 1 team in the country, UCLA, playing the 8th ranked team at the time in East Carolina, and nobody was able to watch it.
Yeah. I know. College baseball's come a long way since then. So, when you look, at the pitching matchups for Carolina? You're going to go the same route that you did Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
I feel pretty confidently that we will, but we haven't made that decision yet. We're going to go to Campbell first and do that, and then
get that one and go.
Hey, all the media just wants to talk about North Carolina, but we got a big game.
I know. I like the Campbell game because I know how difficult it is, and I know how difficult it's been. And it seems like for a while there, it seemed like something bad would happen. I mean, it's just one of those things, an injury here or this or that, and cold, rainy weather a couple of times. I mean, it's at least the weather looked like it would be good.
The weather is going to be a lot better than it was, and I guess it was 18 maybe when Gavin matched up with their first rounder, and both guys were throwing like 100, and it's 40 degrees and mist and rain. So it was either 18 or 19, but it's not supposed to be misty, rain, and 40 tomorrow, so that's a good thing.
Tough time to hit when it's a misty, rainy, and 40 degrees. When you prepare for North Carolina, obviously both teams nationally ranked. I mean, if fans get juiced up, how do you keep the guys to say, look, it's just another series? And I know your theory on all of this is if we play Pirate baseball, doesn't matter who we play in the entire nation, we'll be fine.
Yeah, and that's our guys' philosophy. I mean, we've instilled it in them, and they believe in it. Of course, they'll get hit up with more ticket requests, as I do, when you play in-state rival like North Carolina. There'll be a lot of more media attention than there is on a normal game, which we get a lot. So, but you add in just more people, more hype, I guess you could say, and of course the fans will flock out to the Bosch, I guess is what they call it, on Friday.
Stadium,
and then it'll be packed in Fayetteville on Saturday, and then Sunday you roll around to Clark LeClaire, and I know our fans will be chomping at the bit to be there.
Scott writes in and says, how much of your time is spent managing playing time expectations for the team with so much talent? And that's one of the things I was going to bring up. You've got a great problem because you've got some really, really outstanding players that are just waiting for their chance, and it's really a difficult deal trying to juggle everything.
It is. I tried to touch all the guys that could have the opportunity to be out there at any point in time last week. So a lot of last week was kind of letting guys know what their roles were right now. But the thing about baseball is that your roles can change. The thing that makes it a little bit difficult in baseball compared to football and basketball is once you enter and you come out of the game, you can't go back in the game. So that makes things a little bit harder in our sport. And I really wish the NCAA would change the rule where, if one of our players is a freshman, for instance, they throw one pitch, they take one at bat, they lose their red shirt.
Which is crazy. It's crazy.
Football, you can play 4 games.
Right. That is the craziest rule. Yeah, exactly. You can play 4 games in football and still redshirt. And in baseball, that is
one pitch. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts, and it's really not fair because if you took 4 games, how much would that be? Like 12 maybe for baseball if you equate the thing. I mean, you get a chance to play a kid 12 games and still keep his eligibility. Yeah. I mean that he gets a chance to play a little bit, be a part of the team, gets a taste of it, and then he's still got 4 years to go after that. And in baseball, obviously, it's a little different because a lot of guys leave after the junior year from different things going on, and that kind of thing. But yeah, that's one of the crazy rules for sure that you have to juggle all of that. But you've got, you've had kids coming off the bench and really, hitting the ball well. As you said, Cam Clance came off the bench and did well in the first game. Bristol Carter came off the bench. And these guys, they're looking to play, but you have to be selfless, don't you?
You do. I mean, and Bristol Carter, man, he was awesome because, I had to call him in last week and say, look, man, you did everything that you were supposed to do. I said, I had no idea Riley Johnson would be playing like he's playing. You're going to get in probably every single game.
Right.
I don't know how many games you're going to start, but but I said also Riley, unfortunately, his shoulder could dislocate at any point in time. I mean, I held my breath more. I think it was Saturday when he's just diving back into first base. I'm like, oh my goodness, like, hey, which time is it going to be the problem? And Riley, I just can't speak enough about him and what he has to do every day with our athletic trainer, Logan, and these shoulder braces that he has to wear, and you can't see it on his uniform, but it chafes him underneath his arms like the worst chafing you could ever imagine, where he's got basically like
indentions.
Well, he's now got basically what those turf things are for football players when they're playing on turf. Like Logan's putting that there so it doesn't rub him as bad.
Okay.
But man, it takes him a lot of time to get ready. And, man, he's been a trooper, and he played great this weekend.
When someone was saying at one of the practices or scrimmages or something, he just caught a normal fly ball, and it popped out on him. I mean,
it was not even a scrimmage. It was a practice.
Right.
And, I mean, I was watching it, and he caught the ball just like you would catch it, where it was just here, and his shoulder popped out, and he went to the ground, and man, that was a tough day, but then we figured out how to manage it at least a little bit, and Riley's done an awesome job.
Yeah, and down the road, he'll probably have to have both operated on. Is that what the prognosis might be?
Definitely one of them needs to be reoperated on, but I don't know about the other one.
Yeah.
But Riley wants to be here. You know, he's talked to me and like, Coach, I want to play, and I know what I need to do, and if it pops out, we've talked to Turner Brown because in 18, Turner's shoulder would pop out. It was his non-throwing shoulder, but people wouldn't even know about it. But we were playing Wichita State at home, and he's taking a ground ball, and he just goes to his backhand. He doesn't even dive, and his shoulder pops out. And Turner just gets it to go back in, and he goes out there and plays. So all 5'8", 155 pounds of him. So
one of the best ever played East Carolina, though, wasn't he?
He sure was.
We don't want to jump ahead too far before we let you go, but the LeClaire Classic's coming up in a couple of weeks, and Coach Dietrich comes back with his team, and I know that's going to mean a whole lot to you.
It is, and Coach Dietz has been sandbagging a little bit. The guy goes to Stanford, and I know they won the first 2 games that they played in a doubleheader, and so he was talking about how they were not going to be good, so he's been sandbagging a little bit, but it'll be awesome, and Dietz is such a awesome human being. He's a great coach, but he's a great human being.
Yeah, we're going to try to have him on next week to try to preview the LeClaire Classic. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it will be.
I think that he has all kinds of great things to say about you and the staff, and he's getting a chance to do something he wanted to be a head coach in a good program.
A great program, great history at Cal State Fullerton.
Okay. All right, before we let you go now, anything you want to add to the weekend? Pirates go 3-0, looking really, really good. Moved down in one poll, which I don't know how you can dominate the series you dominated and move down. I know you don't care about rankings, but Pirates are still 11th, I think, in the one poll, but they fell from 14 to 15. I think it was Baseball America, which I do not understand, but still things are going well through 3 games.
Hey, all good, man. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. So I'll let Clip just be the keyboard hero and like attack Baseball America or whatever. So I'll give that to Clip.
I got y'all number 6 right now, Coach.
All right, thanks. Clip, I appreciate it. And hey, look, just so you know, hey, I didn't get thrown out this weekend. So hey, hey, your bet is trending down.
I told Bailey to antagonize you today to get you mad for tomorrow night.
I tried to bribe Paler to see if he would get you, but there wasn't anything controversial enough to get you on that.
Hey,
but
I've grown up, man.
You have a whole lot, and it was interesting what he said about being the umpire when Parker Bird came to the plate. That's something he'll never forget.
Man, it was great. You know, like you just don't like. I'm going to. I think Bristol Carter was going in the game, or somebody was going in the game, and he just said, "Hey, look, I need you to hear me say this. I've been umpiring for 17, 18 years, and this is the coolest thing I've ever seen." I was teared up back there.
Yeah, I bet. I tell you what, he should have thrown him a fastball so he could have popped that thing to right field.
I want to defend the pitcher, so I think JC got the first, and the first baseman, JC's like, man, breaking ball first pitch, and the guy's like, hey, look, man, he can't throw his fastball for a strike. Like in inter squads, he couldn't get through an inning if he had to throw his fastball. So it's not like he's trying to get Parker Bird out. Right. He just can't throw his fastball for a strike. So that was the deal. And look, AK has pitched Parker tough, man. I mean,
I'm sure
Parker Bird has seen spin.
I'm sure he's not getting any softballs up there, is he?
Absolutely not.
That's for sure. Hey, thanks so much for coming in today. Congratulations on a great weekend. Good luck at Campbell. Good luck against North Carolina this weekend, and enjoy your friendship. I said this at the banquet the other night, but I really appreciate everything you did for me when I was going through my stuff, and it means a whole lot.
Hey, dude, you're a good dude, man. I love you, and I was just doing what I know you would do for me.
Well, you're going right. I'll be there for you. But you're not as old as I am, so you got some time. Back with more on the Brian Bailey Show. Coach Godwin's got a meeting to go to, and we'll continue on after this.
This is your What's New update brought to you by the new Greenville Auto World. What's new? The new Greenville Auto World has new owners, a state-of-the-art service repair facility that can help you with tires, state inspection, AC repair, and more. Greenville Auto World can work on any type of vehicle and offers great monthly oil change specials. What's new? You making a service appointment now by calling 364-8730. For award-winning service, trust Greenville Auto World, Highway 43 across from the Speedway at Bells Fork. Pirates supporting Pirates.
Here at Papa John's, we know our stuff.
So try our newest cheesy calzone epic stuffed crust pizza. Made with a blend of ricotta and mozzarella hand stuffed into that Papa John's fresh, never frozen original dough. Get it for a limited time only at Papa John's.
Hey, Pirate fans, Papa John's is the MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, better ingredients, better pizza. Go Pirates!
Turkey, ham, bacon, these and other meats are great around the holidays and every other day, but they all leave behind grease when you cook them, and grease is a real pain in the drain. When you pour grease down a drain, it cools and can clog sewer lines. That can lead to sewer spills, which are messy, bad for the environment, and can also be expensive. Never pour grease down the drain. Instead, collect it in a container like a used soup can or jar. Let it cool and throw it away in the trash. Together, we can protect our sewer system and the environment. For more information, go to guc.com.
There's a common misbelief today that to make it further, you need to push yourself, that you need to give up any joy to continue your rigid routine. Or you could try another way. Take some time to enjoy life, like having a Michelob Ultra with friends, because happiness is essential to living an exceptional life. Michelob Ultra, a refreshing and balanced flavor with only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Michelob Ultra, proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989.
The time to save is now during Bostic Sugg Furniture's President's Day sale. Update your home with fresh looks and new styles. Take advantage of monumental savings on beautiful furniture for every room from America's #1 brand, Lazy Boy. The Market Showroom is coming to Greenville with savings up to 70% off or more. Make bedtime the best time with big savings on a comfortable new mattress from Serta and award-winning Helix during the President's Day sale going on now at Bostic Sugg Furniture.
The Angus Grill is your premier spot for the best burgers, cheesesteaks, and brisket sandwiches around. Join us for our unmatched variety of burger combinations, from the mushroom bacon Swiss burger to the jalapeno popper burger to the original Angus classic. Pair that burger with our amazing onion rings, tots, fries, or sweet potato fries. Angus Grill, with 4 amazing locations in eastern North Carolina, including Winterville near Pitt Community College, on Jarvis Street in uptown Greenville, and on Statensburg Road near the hospital. It's the best burger around, guaranteed.
This is former ECU baseball player and mayor of Greenville, PJ Connolly, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of Pirate Nation.
You're listening to The Brian Bailey Show, powered by Greenville Utilities, working for our community, not for shareholders. Now, back to the show.
All right, welcome back on this Monday. I want to thank Cliff Godwin for being on with us. He had to go to a lunch meeting with his staff, so we got him out of here about 6 or 7 minutes early. So I want to thank him for his time. East Carolina on the road at Campbell coming up tomorrow night, and then, of course, this weekend, East Carolina, North Carolina. What a great series. They play the first game in Chapel Hill on Friday afternoon, then Saturday down in Fayetteville at the minor league ballpark down there, and then on Sunday in Greenville. And you can just imagine what Greenville is going to be like on Sunday with that North Carolina crowd. Clip Brock produces for us each week, and he joins us to kind of talk a little Pirate baseball. What were your thoughts this weekend? You did the great job, by the way, on the PA for Saturday and Sunday. Just outstanding. And I think you get better and better each year.
Thank you, Brian Bailey.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I want you to say now batting.
Now batting for the Pirates.
Yeah.
What number you wearing, BB?
12.
What's your walk-up? Something about Boston?
Gotta be Boston, yeah.
Long time.
Walk On might be good, although that's not one of their best songs, but I like it. And Rock and Roll Band.
Yeah.
One of those, yeah.
This might sound weird, but it was a little too easy for me, Bailey. I like a little struggle. It was almost a perfect week of baseball, the way they just controlled every game, pretty much got early leads. And you talked to Zach Root on Saturday, pitching with the lead is so much easier.
Oh, yeah.
I can't wait to talk to Jake Hunter again, and I want to ask him, how many times is he going to walk 2 out of the first 3 batters?
Yeah.
And his end of game stat line is like 1 hit in 5 innings.
Right.
Usually you run into a lot of trouble there.
Yes, you do.
But they were able to overcome some early stuff like that, and then really just cruise. It was a picture-perfect weekend for Pirate baseball.
Yeah, and just shout out to the crowds. I mean, the opening day crowd, the largest in Clark LeClaire Stadium history, 5,221. And what an emotional weekend it was for all of us that's close to Greenville and close to the sports scene here with the Parker Bird situation on Friday, the national exposure that got, and what a great kid Parker is, and just everything that happened there, and then the death of Marvin Jarman. And, man, you look at Marvin and you kind of look at him as one of those people that'll be here forever. I mean, that's just one of those things that I always thought about with Marvin, because he was Mr. Greenville for 7 decades basically, and I mean he was just a pillar of our community, and people that didn't know him didn't understand, but those of us that did, and everybody really did. I mean, the whole state, all the coaches, he'd go to the East-West All-Star game and the coaches convention there, and everybody wanted to shake Marvin's hand, talk to him a little bit, and Marvin knew everything.
And Cliff mentioned every time he saw him, he'd ask about his parents. Every time he saw me, he'd say, Braves doing pretty good.
Yeah.
So I wonder, he had that thing with everybody, Bailey, that he came across that every time we spoke, it was about the Braves. It was about something with sports. So it was awesome.
And with me, it was the Cubs. He didn't pick the Cowboys out, but he picked the Cubs, and Cubs, and I remember, early on, Randy Phillips or somebody would say, like, ask him what team your daughter played on in small fry, and I'd be like, well, I don't remember. Well, Marvin does. And hey, what team did Caitlin play on small fry? And she'd think about it a minute, A's, and he'd get it right. I mean, he just was an incredible person, and all of us are much better people having known Marvin, and God bless him, and can't put into words everything that goes along with Marvin Jarman. Just an outstanding person, and Rose High would probably never be the same. And you could tell, in talking to RV yesterday, I had a chance to interview him, you could tell that RV's lost a little bit of his heart with that deal.
Yeah, I talked to Scooter yesterday. I texted RV, and he texted me back, but that video you did with him was great. I mean, for him to have the strength to talk that way so shortly after was pretty impressive. But just some great guys. And Scooter said, and now before the game yesterday, he said, man, you got a Conley guy asking for a moment of silence for RV. And I said, well, that's RV. He brought everybody together.
Yeah.
Conley, Rose, North Pitt, Farmville, whatever. He brought everybody together.
I remember one time we were doing something at a banquet, and my idea was to present a Conley hat to Marvin. and Randy Phillips said, I don't want to tell you what to do, but I wouldn't do that. And I said, yeah, you're probably right. And so we didn't do it.
With him?
No, that joke was not going to have lasted at all with Marvin. That would not have been a good idea at all. But just thoughts and prayers again to the Jarman family, and thanks for everything Marvin did for all of us. Pirates and Campbell coming up, and as Coach Godwin, I asked him, that's always a tricky game for East Carolina, because that's a tough trip down there.
Always. You brought it up too. I feel like it's a thing of the past now, but the Bowie's Creek voodoo with Dwanye Williams-Sutton getting hurt, they used to have injuries every year. I think we're beyond that point, Bailey, but now Campbell is a good dang baseball team.
Oh, they are.
The thing now.
Got a great program.
It's not even like tricky or like underdog or anything. They're just a good team. So that's what we're facing. And I do want to point out before we go, Bailey, it was awesome to have a quick Sunday baseball game and to be able to head over to Minji's. See them close out their third straight win. Just a great Pirate day on Sunday.
Congratulations to Coach Schwartz. We talked about it a couple of times on his show that, hey, you got a chance for a first ever 3-game winning streak in the American, and the first 2 times they didn't come through. This time they did. 7 wins in the American, and we're still in mid-February basically. So Coach Schwartz is turning that thing around, and he's great to work with, and really proud of him, proud of that basketball program, and really, and with all the positive things that are going on with Pirate football, I think it's a good time to be a Pirate right now.
And speaking of which, we'll talk to Mike Houston coming up today at 5 o'clock. So looking forward to that.
All right. Well, that's going to close it out for this edition of the Brian Bailey Show. Next week, we're going to preview the Keith LeClaire Classic coming up on our show. That should be a lot of fun. We're going to try to get up with Coach Dietrich and try to get him on for sure next week. I want to thank Cliff Godwin for his time as Pirate Baseball with a 3-0 start playing Campbell coming up tomorrow night down at Bowie's Creek. That's our show. We'll see you back here next week right here on Pirate Radio on the Brian Bailey Show.
This has been The Brian Bailey Show, powered by Greenville Utilities, and also brought to you by
The Angus Grill, Bostic Sugg Furniture, Bojangles, East Coast Grading, Greenville Auto World, Papa John's, Greenville Utility Company, Michelob Ultra, The Rick House, Taft Hagler, and Tiebreakers.
Join us next week for another edition of The Brian Bailey Show, right here on Pirate Radio.